Good morning, everyone. I'm having coffee and cookies for breakfast. Uh, is anybody even in here? Or are those? All right. I'm gonna play the Wasteland game. What was that? Oh, that was my Discord. I forgot I left it open. All right, man. You know what? I'm gonna close my Discord just so I don't keep getting the bloop bloops in the background. You guys aren't interested in my friendless social life. No, I'm just all it is. I made a couple friends on Discord with other streamers to see. I like tune into their streams. I talk to them to see what I can do to make my streams better. All right. I forgot what I was doing here. I gotta build a base. I know that. Oh yeah, I forgot this one's pretty hard. You know what? Before I get too deep into this, I gotta change my title screens. I gotta kick first. Uh, Game name. Earth. And then I'll put the angry guy. There we go. And we'll go to the Twitch. Uh, Wasteland North. There. All right. There we go. I like doing the mountain fortresses the most. I don't know why. When I originally started, my bases were always underground. Like, I would only have like a small little area. Actually, you know what? I'll build this base like I used to build my old ones. I'll build it a little bigger. But yeah, my old bases used to go like deep underground, and I mostly dug to look for resources like coal, steel, and stuff like that. Once you hit one of those, just start clearing out an area, and then I would build inside that area. So it was kind of like an anthill. All right. Um, well, I had to retrieve the supplies. I'm gonna do that. Getting seeds too early in the game. And I build with cobblestones because it's that's what I'm getting from digging all the time. Let me get up here and look around. Oh, there's like literally something up here. That sounds like more than one dude. Yeah, that sounds like a couple dudes. I guess we'll engage this dude first. Take him out. Wow. Right on. Oh, come on. Is there like a zombie bus stop over here or something? The hell are all these zombies showing up? Oh boy. I don't know. I wonder if a spear would be better at this level. You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna make a spear right quick. It's a level 1. Here, I'll test it out on this clown. It's got a longer range. I'm not as good with it. Oh, cool. A little more practice. It doesn't have the stopping power the club has. But it does do a little bit more damage. I don't know. I wish I had more people in chat so I could get some advice. I'm gonna try it with the spear. I'm gonna do it this level twice for the experience and the loot. Uh-huh. Can I pick up these chairs right quick? Wow. I don't like the sound of that. feel like that's gonna get me out of a pinch. All right. You know what? Let me look around for a sec here. Too bad I can't find better stuff when I'm sneaking. That would be nice. Alright, that's how I'm gonna get in and out when I'm actually doing the quest. Whoa! Hey, how you doing, buddy? Surprise, surprise. Why does it feel real dog up here, man? Whoa! Whoa! Right in the neck. This guy's taking a beating. Of course I forgot to load this. Of course. Yo, where the big stuff at? I gotta be missing a room or something. Where the big stuff at? There it is. Ooh, a shotgun. And a pokey stick book. Hey, stop shaking the keyboard. Somebody's ooting a boot. Hey, you leave him alone. He's sleeping. Hey, hey, come here. Come here. Come here. You leave him alone. He's sleeping. No, you stay here. He doesn't want to play. He's sleeping. Oh, well, he's up now. So go get him. Oh, is there anything cool in the garage? There's this guy. Yeah, come on, we're gonna do this. Where's he at? Oh, fat boy. Come on. Had to dance with the fat one. Alright. There you go, buddy. That one's for you. Oh, girl. Alright, man. Sharpen up the old pokey stick. Yep, knew that was coming. Ooh, a nest. Get a few stabs in on home slice there. What? Stupid swing set. Shit! My pokey stick broke. God damn! Alright, first of all, let's finish off Pack Mule. Oh, yeah. There you go. Now I'm probably going to ragdoll a little more. But nobody else, huh? I'm that stuff's good. I'm always afraid I'll need this sandwich later. Ugh. You're not getting a cookie. Don't look at me like that. You're not getting a cookie. All right, well, first of all, scrap that bitch because it ain't worth nothing. And then we're going to, we're just going to load that. There we go. Picked up 2 more spots. Damn. Oh, hey, how you doing? I'm out. Ha ha! See you later, fat boy. I heard a pig. Get rid of rotten sandwich, rotten meat. Jesus Christ, that deer scared the crap out of me. I'm gonna go after it though. Seriously, guy can't get any peace around here. Fucker! I accidentally hit the talk button instead of reload. Fixing that right now. Making that the whatever button that is. There you go. Damn near got me killed. Oh my god. Man, just won't leave me alone. I need to get a wall up, some semblance of safety. Alright, I got the foundation laid. I don't need 190 of those. But I should start a game where I have 190 campfires. Look at you being a kitty. There you go. All right. I need to get in here. I can eat this chili. What is it? Hobo stew? That's pretty much what chili is. I need 4 of these. A shotgun. I'll put up the pistol. We're gonna put up the machine gun. We're gonna put up all the ammunition for those things. Alright. I'm gonna put my food in here. I don't have any eggs. Why don't I have any eggs? Oh, because I used them all to make bacon and eggs. That's why I don't have eggs. Alright, this one's gonna be all my beverages stuff. I'm gonna need that, but I could drop off the beer. All my tea stuff. Here, I'll put those in there. That's a good place for those. The metal goes in here. Save my potted plants. Save my pine cones. This torch I feel like I could use somewhere, but not right now. Where are you going? Put my first aid stuff in here. Antibiotics. Vitamins. Let's sell that. Sell that. Sell those. Gonna sell that. We're gonna put that in there. Put up my coffee grounds. Alright, I'm good to go. What do I need to do? I need to talk to the trader. But he doesn't open for a while, so what if I just chop down trees till then? Boar hunting's a little tough at low levels. Here we could practice on this fat pig. Oh, he already knows I'm here. Probably smelt the dead pig. Yeah, Fatty smelled bacon. Bring my arrows back. And let's do this again. Come on, open up. You grouchy old man. Ugh. God damn! I died it.
Trader Wrecked is open for business. Buy wrecked or get wrecked.
Morning. If you try to say it's a good morning, there's the goddamn... Well, look who decided to show their face again. cheap-ass son of a bitch. That's all you're gonna buy? Look, Buckhead, I'll give you some work. I thought you might be yellow. You better take this job. Get moving, jackass. This don't pay by the hour.
I'm going back to my other one. Hey, buddy. I wonder if he ever got his breakfast baconator. Shoujo, what are you doing? Hey, hey, hey! There, you're going into hiding. Nope, you're going into hiding. You're going into hiding. Phew. Oh, come on. Hang on. I don't understand why I had to beat the crap out of that guy. Uh, that's why. All right. What's up?
Morning. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to pay you now that you did it. Look, Blockhead, I'll give you... Well, good luck. By the looks of it, you're gonna need it.
Oh, shut up. Fuck yeah. Tracy family about to get evicted. Bastards. hang on a minute. I gotta go to the bathroom, take care of some other things. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
chaos in California outside a Coast Guard base in Alameda as the driver of a U-Haul tried to ram through the entrance, driving in reverse.
So, as the federal government rolls out the law and order machine, wild events are taking place in America's largest sanctuary state. We're talking crash and grab robberies, warehouse lootings, street snatchings, and we've even got plunderers ripping infrastructure right out of the ground and selling it. Meanwhile, this state wants to use its power and money not to stop all of that, but to investigate ICE, while their sanctuary residents tear California to pieces.
The crowd remained orderly and peaceful, but it was during the evening hours when we saw some tense moments unraveling.
As a young girl is walking out of her home, 4 men with guns jump out of a white car parked across the street. The alert girl runs back inside and tells her mom to dial 911.
What is happening to undocumented immigrants is also happening to U.S. citizens, which means that this can happen to anyone, to all of us, at any period of time.
Thieves
Oh, shit.
wires over a 3-block stretch, and you can see it had to be replaced with all new cable. More than 37,000 streetlight repair requests have been filed this year, and over half are still waiting.
The Trump administration is fulfilling the president's promise to deport criminal illegal aliens, and any individuals who attempt to illegally interfere with operations or assault law enforcement officers will be held accountable.
A small group of people demonstrated outside the Federal Detention Center at Alameda and Temple Streets. Lasers and industrial lights were used against officers.
So there is one guy right here, Mr. Bill Asalee, who's trying to stop crime in California, but the only problem is he works for crime. And what nobody in California wants to admit is that this place is so laser focused on the president that they don't even realize their own problems are blowing up underneath their feet. And what we're witnessing is the society brought about by late-stage progressivism, which at its core says everything wrong with the world can be traced back to the status quo. And it becomes the mission of people who believe in this stuff to overturn. Take, for example, the common sense idea that criminals or that a border should be secure and that people who cross it are criminals and should be deported. For years, those things happened and nobody had a problem with it. But now in California, background should be protected from the society they're destroying instead of just being punished by that society. Because it's society's fault these criminals act the way they do, stealing watches, raiding homes, or entering America illegally. Thugs at all. They're vulnerable victims who need unlimited brings us to the real reason is imploding. We're giving out so many second chances in this place that criminals are responding, just not in the way that second chances crowd had in mind. Not by changing their lives, putting on suits, but by committing even more brazen and bizarre acts. Whether it's robbing a home in broad daylight or attacking a federal military base for absolutely no reason. Protesters have driven their vehicles straight at the entrance to this base, which is guarded by armed. This base barricade can't accomplish anything other than TikTok that and we're standing up for fugitives who should be. Meanwhile, it's this. Car has insurance, and in the mind of a criminal, if something's insured, nobody loses anything if they go out and destroy it. These people have no concept of the damage they're doing to their own home. And although it may not look like it, there's a massive connection to this senseless crime crime causing this place to collapse, and the radicals protesting ICE in ways that used to result in prison sentences. These are people rising up against the system as they see it, emboldened by a no-consequences environment that also allows the next crime, which is you're about to see to put the lights out on California and cause more blackouts and brownouts than they already get.
Officers rush to Germain Street and say they found the suspect with metal cutting tools scattered nearby. Police say they managed to catch 2 of them. Both were booked for grand theft at the Van Nuys jail. Detectives say the copper they recovered in a single case is worth about $50,000.
The writing is on the wall. If people can do this, if they can right out of the that is just, this place doesn't have a whole lot of time left. And if you add to this the crash and grab break-ins and lootings, which pulverize and clear out businesses, to the stolen vehicles that the thieves were driving when they planned out and committed these crimes, a real problem here starts to emerge. Meanwhile, rioters could be anywhere and everywhere. They are hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right moment to take out their violence on law enforcement.
The crowd remained orderly and peaceful, but it was during the evening.
How it works.
A small group of people
Get the
demonstrated
Antifas
outside
out
the
there.
federal streets. The police ordered them to disperse. A group of about 2 dozen people could be seen there as officers in the detention center. Police say lasers and industrial lights were used against officers.
Okay, that crosses the line. These people should be arrested. And you know what? The fact that they're not really tells you something. Now, sure, the LAPD did make a few these massive crimes all day absorbing hate. I'm sure the ranks of these rioters will be able to replenish themselves if the people who got detained haven't already been released. And these people, whether or not they claim to be peaceful or not, is besides the point. Their propaganda calls for the overthrow of our country and its status quo. They don't like capitalism. They don't like borders. They don't like police. They don't like the president. And what you have here is mass-scale radicalization that convinces people to take things a bit too far. And where does Los Angeles get the idea that they have to come out and do this to save the country? Where did they get that idea?
What is happening to undocumented immigrants is also happening to U.S. citizens, which means that this can happen to anyone, to all of us at any period of time.
We'll be holding the very first hearing.
I mean, this is just wrong at this point. To act as if when ICE takes down a criminal fugitive who's not even supposed to be here and uses the legal means for removing that person from the country, that some grave injustice has happened and that Americans are also at risk. 0 U.S. citizens have ever been deported. And this is just so crazy, but it's out there, and there are mobs, these sanctuary mobs that believe this stuff and want to throw themselves at law enforcement because their leaders, who don't like the same president they don't like, have told them that they are under attack. They are radicalizing their own masses, and this is incredibly dangerous.
According to the mayor and the congressman, they have seen more than 170 U.S. citizens arrested in those raids so far.
They're attacking
We
people.
reached out to the White House for comment, and they responded, saying in part, quote, "The Trump administration is fulfilling the president's promise to criminal illegal aliens and any individuals who attempt to illegally interfere with operations or assault law enforcement officers."
Well, you proved me wrong. Now take your reward and get the hell out of here.
Exactly what's happening here. And this isn't even a fake news issue. CBS Los Angeles, they've got it right. But we've got 2 different sides of the story. We got the politicians saying that the
Hey,
US
jerk,
government
you need,
is
don't
deporting
just stand there
everyone
with your thumb up your ass. Get the job done.
And if you attack us when we're doing it, we might put you in the back of the car next to a fugitive. And then we're gonna have to release you because you're not somebody that's in the country illegally. This is so ridiculous. And look at what it's leading to.
All of this started around 6:30 in the morning. That's when investigators with ICE tell us that ICE officers from Los Angeles were conducting a vehicle stop here near Vineyard Avenue in Ontario when they say an unknown person, not the target of any sort of investigation, pulled up and said some threatening things. They said,
Okay, that's how U.S. citizens wind up in the back of federal agents' vehicles. They insert themselves in situations that are not their business. You're driving in your car, you see ICE doing something on the side of the road, you see Border Patrol arresting people who aren't even supposed to be here. That's not your problem. Just like somebody getting a traffic ticket is your problem. Nobody in their right mind would go up to a police officer who's conducting a traffic stop, writing somebody a ticket, and interject themselves in that situation and threaten the officer. That's what's happening here.
they said they ordered the driver to leave, but they said instead the driver they reversed and started moving towards the officers with the vehicle. We are told by ICE that someone then jumped out of the car and took off on foot. It is
What is this? What is this? All that person had to do was keep driving and just go home and mind their own business. But they've been radicalized to believe that every day they get up and see ICE on the street is a day when they could step up and save the world. From what? From law enforcement making the country safer, from law enforcement getting dangerous criminals off the streets, from law enforcement defeating criminal empires located in other countries that benefit from illegal immigration, while fixing the local economy, freeing up jobs for people who are here legally and can't leave and need a job. And it's bizarre how people could get up in the morning and think that this is their mission in life.
Yesterday, the feds arrested 12 people they say engaged in violence during this summer's riots here in Los Angeles.
Okay, that's good.
The latest arrest, people accused of lighting squad cars on fire, throwing rocks, and pepper spraying agents.
That's awful, man. Yeah, this happened over the summer. Look at these radicals.
In federal vehicles and debris
People are terrible.
as the agents left a farm raid back in July. Well, HSI agents arrested one of the guys they say is a lead rock thrower in that viral video. Fox was exclusively on hand.
Wow.
Issa Carrillo was arrested in a dark alleyway.
Good. Arrest them and throw the book at them. And you know what's even more embarrassing about all this? The federal government had to arrest this person, but we just saw a whole bunch of banged up police cars immobilized in the middle of a highway, and those are local police vehicles. So the local sanctuary government did absolutely nothing to go after these people. They were out there roaming the streets. This guy is probably up thinking he's going to work or something, living his best life in a sanctuary until the federal government swoops in and actually delivers some justice. This person has been walking free for months.
A federal felony charge to impede or injure an officer. There was also a female target at the same house.
Look at her
She
smiling.
escaped, but later turned herself in. Screen left, she's at the same farm raid in a mask. Police say she intentionally conspired to block federal agent cars in. Screen right, she's under arrest yesterday after turning herself in.
Look at their faces. Look at this. This is crazy. These people, they are taking selfies in front of the troops. The person next to this individual that was just arrested with the Mexican flag as a mask. Here she is in ICE custody. Look at that smile. That's somebody who has repented of their behavior. That's somebody who plans on doing it again. That's somebody who, if they are released, we will be back at the next protest.
Federal law enforcement described Virginia Reyes as a known anti-agitator. The campaign one photo shows her trying to film inside a law enforcement car.
That ain't peaceful.
Every American has a right to peacefully protest.
Yeah.
What is not constitutionally protected is the right to engage in violence.
Thank you.
Or to impede federal officers by assaulting, doxing, or obstructing their operation.
Okay, that's why they hate this guy in California. Why? No nonsense, common sense, enforce the law, and keep people safe. And the people who are making things dangerous here, who are pitting themselves against law enforcement, those are the sanctuary mobs and wild people that just want to rise up and tear apart the system because the system exists and predates them. That's why they don't like it. That's why they want to get rid of it. That's why they want to get rid of ICE. Because it's part of the system that they don't like. And that they have been told by their leaders puts them at risk for deportation. Look at it. And it's only getting worse. There are no sanctuary politicians anywhere in America that have walked back their wild rhetoric in any manner. Nobody in New York has done that. The rhetoric here is only getting worse. Nobody in Chicago's done that. The rhetoric over there is getting worse. Portland, Oregon, same thing. California, same thing. Sanctuary mayors and governors and judges from coast to coast are doing everything they can in increasing levels to try and stop something that they don't even have any control over, and that isn't even their business, and that doesn't even affect the very people they're trying to brainwash to rise up and stop it, who are these sanctuary rioters who drive up to agents as they're making an arrest, threaten them, and then try to use their car in a dangerous way. This whole thing is very frightening. Very happy people are getting arrested. And you know something? It motivates the rest of America to continue voting for more law and order in this country, not less. What do you think about that? Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
It's rare that I can't yap up a wacky intro, but learning about this menace has left me stunned. I just saw this news from DWU body cams about this guy that would hide cameras in like every bathroom on the planet, it seems like. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got hidden cameras in my own porcelain throne territory there. Like he's infiltrated my domain and is filming me.
I'm calling because we just received an anonymous tip that someone has a camera in our employee bathroom and is uploading videos online.
They still haven't raided my charges. These are charges. I'm not taking judgmental to anybody's crimes, by the way.
What the hell is even that? You're not supposed to be judgmental of crimes? I don't remember hearing that memorandum of rights. I can't even really imagine that. Like, you show up to a murder scene, you catch the suspect, and you just happen to say, like, hey buddy, look, I don't mean to be judgmental here, but you strike me as a bit of a jerk for this, you know, taking a lot of human lives here. I know, sue me, I don't mean to judge. I feel like as far as judgment goes, crimes are a pretty solid one for people to form an opinion on, rightfully so. If you are found guilty of secretly recording thousands of people using the restroom, you're a fucking freak and people will judge you as such.
On July 19, 2022, police in Ann Arbor, Michigan responded to the Briarwood shopping mall, receiving this unusual call about video footage from a store bathroom being uploaded online. Horrifically, the resulting investigation into a tech-savvy peeping Tom would spread throughout the city of Ann Arbor. The final number of cameras and victims is enough to make your skin crawl.
It's not exaggerating either. It actually did, by the end of this investigation, put my fucking jaw on the floor with how many cameras and how many videos and how all over the place it was. There wasn't a bathroom in Michigan that was spared his peeping. Like, this guy is like the supervillain of shitters. There was nowhere safe, no porcelain throne left unsullied by his eyes. His near omniscient eyes. He dedicated his whole life, put his soul into his craft of spying on every bathroom in Michigan. He was literally like the architect in the Matrix.
My boss, he took the phone call, I don't know what time it was, this morning from a restricted number. He was like, it's a restricted website, you're not gonna find it, but I just wanted to let you know.
The responding officer headed to the bathroom to take a look for herself. Notably, the bathroom was usually reserved for employees.
Like sideways, yeah, on that shelf, but I mean, I don't know how, I know it can be tiny.
Police would learn soon enough that the employees at Altered State were not the only ones to have their privacy violated. In an unanticipated shocker, the police would find over 200 hidden camera videos from no less than 7 different bathrooms throughout the city over the next month and a half.
So this was the first domino to fall here that led them down this crazy trail. They found so many cameras and videos from this guy. It was like actually hunting Riddler trophies in the Arkham series. It was crazy. He violated so many people's privacy, spied on so many people, and it turns out this is only the tip of the iceberg because he actually has a previous case very similar to this and had in his possession 7,000 videos of unclothed or partially clothed individuals that he filmed without their consent. 7,000! That's more than like all of Markiplier's uploads since he started YouTube. That is an unbelievable amount. And that was in the course of 5 years from 2010 to 2015. We'll get to that here in a little bit, but this guy's entire life has been dedicated to violating people's privacy.
All were filmed without consent between January and July 2022. Horrifically, this included illegal images of children. Gravity didn't stop there. When searching the offender's laptop, the police found he had engaged with online adult
sharing these with other fucking evil creeps out there, and was even distributing personal information of the people that he would identify through these hidden cameras. So from the sound of things, he would broadcast this onto restricted websites, and additionally, he also had illegal images of children. This guy is legitimate evil.
Even though the anonymous caller believed the video he saw was a live stream, he could have been mistaken. The working theory was that the caller would have put the camera up at the start of a shift and then taken it home to upload the footage.
So back to what started this whole trail of breadcrumbs that they followed was an anonymous caller tipped them off that at this altered state in this restroom, there was a live stream of people using that bathroom, of course being non-consensually filmed. And so officer went to the scene, they searched high and low for a camera, but they couldn't find it, but they did see that the light had been like adjusted and moved around. So it's not that they completely disregarded this as just some kind of like phony baloney nonsense. It's one of those things where they started speculating, well, maybe it wasn't a live stream, maybe they had taken the camera home and uploaded the footage to those sites, and the caller was just mistaken, thinking that it was live.
Something else the anonymous caller said prevented the current lack of evidence from stonewalling the investigation. The man fitting the caller's description was 36-year-old Eric Deshaun Morton. This was not his first run-in with police. It seemed likely that Eric was up to something far more nefarious than just slacking.
Yeah, jacking. This disgusting asshole has an entire history of doing shit like this. The anonymous caller was telling them about someone that could have been behind it, and the person they decided fit this man's description. So they looked into him a bit. They were talking about how the previous night he was going to the bathroom a lot. I guess he drank way too much soda, so he just had the big-time pee-pee, a lot of urine in his bladder. But they speculated that this is what he was doing. He was setting up the camera or tending to the camera.
Especially when the manager added that he made a habit of using the ladies' restroom rather than the men's room. When he was previously asked about this, Eric made the excuse that he used the ladies' room because it was stocked with gloves, which he said he liked to wear while he worked.
A bulletproof defense right there. It's watertight. Man rolled a 20 on the charisma check. That was impressive. So he had a habit of using the ladies' room, and his reason for it was, well, they have gloves there. I like gloves. Checkmate. Damn.
Hey.
The story checks out. This guy's good.
After learning that Eric's son was present, the officers decided to uncuff him. They escorted his son outside to play and brought out some snacks to keep the child occupied while the search progressed. A pen camera containing a micro SD card was connected via USB. When going through one of the bedrooms, they found
You guys aren't getting cookies.
containing more hidden cameras, some of which were like the pen camera found in the living room. Computer forensics experts discovered his stash of more than 200 secretly recorded videos of people using the bathroom.
Unsurprisingly, the authorities didn't necessarily buy the excuse he used for the ladies' room being the really nice gloves that they have stocked in there. So they ended up getting a search warrant. They then arrived at his abode. He mentioned his son was there, so they brought his son outside to play while they searched the house. While searching, they found tons of hidden cameras. They even found a pin camera that was actively plugged into a computer. So you had all these like Mission Impossible doodads and gadgets, all of which used for surveillance, hidden surveillance. And they confiscated some packages and a lot of this for evidence. And then eventually, the forensics experts found his stash, which was 200 videos of people using the bathroom. Which, you know, maybe there's a perfectly valid explanation. Maybe he was just checking to make sure they weren't doing back-to-front wiping. Because, you know, that in and of itself is a sin. Maybe he was just looking out for people's well-being, ensuring proper wiping technique, you know. Maybe there's a perfectly justifiable excuse that he was secretly recording all of these people. Authorities got an arrest warrant. They went to his other job at a hotel and arrested him there, which surprisingly was not his first run-in with the authorities. In fact, in 2015, he was arrested for very similar things.
He'd previously been arrested back in 2015, coincidentally by some of the same officers. In May 2015,
Oh, man.
he was arrested after a
busted twice by the same cops. Boop. I booped you.
He tried to film a stranger through a porta potty peephole. I know porta potties had to be he custom built that himself. Or maybe he like built his own like sound stage that looked like a porta potty so he could film people. I don't know. It's fucking crazy though. Lunacy knows no bounds. And he would actually proudly post about shit on Twitter too. So like they bring up tweets here. The first one they show about him cleaning out his phone, and then he has the gall to say Jesus' name.
In 2022, Eric was confronted by a coworker who found a camera disguised as a phone charger in the women's restroom. It was plugged in and facing the toilet. Eric insisted it was a regular phone charger and fled with the device. Unfortunately, he was fired from his job.
I'm assuming this footage they're showing on his Twitter, or maybe like he had a TikTok account where he's doing like Naruto running while doing a 360. I have no idea. But it is unbelievable the links he would go to for this depravity. So he had a camera phone charger, like this fucking crazy like spy gadget that he plugged into a wall outlet in the bathroom and had faced the toilet. Like, you can't trust any household objects in Michigan while this guy was on the loose. I didn't realize technology reached the point where we could disguise phone chargers as hidden cameras. So good on the astute observer that happened to pick up on that and confronted him about it, which of course he denied and then snatched it away and Naruto ran off into the distance. But like, it's just crazy. Like, there was nothing sacred in bathrooms across Michigan. You think that that's a skid mark in the toilet from a previous poop? Nope. Actually a hidden camera from Eric. You think your parents are actually your parents? Nope. Actually DARPA drones that Eric designed for the sole purpose of trying to convince you to go to the bathroom so they could spy on you for Eric's hard drive. Like, it's unbelievable how many cameras he was setting up in bathrooms across the entire area.
The case escalated to a whole new level when the police found an appalling 7,000 videos of unclothed or partially clothed people in Eric's possession. Some had even been recorded in a private residence. They also found images taken up women's skirts, which suggested he had a camera device attached to his shoe. This particular unpleasant collection dated all the way back to 2010.
7,000 videos. And also, turns out he was a notorious upskirt pervert creep. He put a camera on his shoes so he could take those pictures. And I'm guessing by that tweet would even post it on Twitter. Like, he would publicly post the upskirts, it seems. Or at least some of them. What? Also, it turns out he was arrested in 2006, but that one had actually been scrubbed from the records. That shit was like the cloning planet from Star Wars. Like, it had just been removed from the archives because of a program to try and help young first-time offenders or something like that. Anyway, he posted his $100,000 bail. He did get picked up again later. Turns out him getting arrested didn't mean shit to him. In fact, through some of what they recovered, they were able to actually figure out the timing of a good chunk of it, and some of it he had recorded after being discharged the same day. So he just kind of viewed getting arrested as like a nuisance. It wasn't actually a deterrent or anything for him. It was just kind of like a bump in the road, like he hit a pothole. So now all of a sudden he would have less videos that day, but he still went right back to it the second he had the ability to. It's fucking nuts. And then, in the back of the police car, this is where that clip at the beginning comes from. He then tried like a bunch of like weird conversational tactics and gotchas to try and like, I don't know, strengthen his case of innocence while in the back. And that eventually leads him to stating that the officer is not supposed to be judgmental of crime. So now he starts to try and lecture the officer on morality.
I'm not supposed to be judgmental to anybody's crimes, by the way. I need your badge number, by the way. I didn't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about. No, when I say I do worse, when you say I do worse stuff when I was getting in the car. No, when you said you're not supposed to do that. You're right. Yeah, but you're not supposed to do that. Why am I not? Because you're not supposed to judge crime. You're supposed to be. Okay.
Not exactly Phoenix Wright, but a very interesting tactic to try nonetheless. You judged my crime. I'm going to need your badge number. You're not allowed to do that. And the officer's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't even do that.
In 2024, Eric was convicted of 13 felonies. Eric was sentenced to 8 to 20 years and will not be eligible for parole until 2030. The true number of Eric Morton's victims, along with the identity of the anonymous caller who started the investigation, will likely never be known.
They successfully identified 15 victims, and Eric was convicted on these 13 felonies, so he's facing 8 to 20 years. Ideally, he'll get the full 20 behind bars, but the thing is, even 2 decades in the slammer, I feel like the day he gets released, he's going right back to it. He's hopping right back in the saddle. He has been doing this for over a decade, and no matter how many times he's been taken into custody and arrested, or even been in jail for these crimes, he then gets right back to it. Like, this is, to him, his life's mission. This is why he was put on this earth. To compromise bathrooms. It's fucking sick. Anyway, though, I wanted to just talk about this a little bit. This story just had me stunned. So, yeah, that's really about it. So, yeah.
It's fucking hot out there this afternoon, so don't test my patience. Look quick, buy quicker, piss off fastest.
On the planet. This game has become more popular than Oxygen, but I'm sure all of you already know that. There's not a soul on this
Cha-ching! Thanks, buddy.
You could live underground just feeding off dirt, and somehow I'm sure the name Roblox made it down to the subterranean culture. Like, it is actually that big. But for some parents that stay in the know about the happenings on the online space, Roblox is a name that might send some shivers down your spine, because there is a big problem in the community that has existed for a while. One that the Roblox headquarters plugs its ears to and even actively tries to bury or dissuade people from trying to solve the problem themselves. That problem being predators. There have been innumerable cases of Roblox predators preying on children on the platform. It's gotten so many national headlines about this issue, and it's gotten so bad that there are YouTubers and like vigilante groups on the game that are taking matters into their own hands to try and catch and get the so they can make the platform safer for children. Do enough to keep the platform safe, so the community has taken it upon themselves to do it themselves. Like, Roblox always claims that they're working on it, but they're really not. They're doing the equivalent of going dilly-dally and calling it a day. They don't actually do much.
Has sent a cease and desist letter to me, a 22-year-old, versus a multi-billion-dollar threat of litigation because I catch predators on their platform. Within the last year, me and my team have gotten 6 predators arrested within the Roblox game. Almost all of them have admitted to doing this before to other Roblox users.
This is a YouTuber named Schlepp who has been working to get predators arrested that are preying on children through the Roblox platform. And Roblox has now permanently banned him, like IP banished.
Hello, friend. That has got to be a Canadian.
Problems for this. It's pretty odd considering Roblox willingly turns a blind eye to the pedophile plague on their platform, but will laser focus, dial in, and fucking call in like the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs in order to try and wipe out people that try and stop themselves. Stopping the predators, Roblox stops the people stopping the predators. It's really backwards, if you ask me. That shit doesn't make any sense. Like, just let that marinate in your head for a moment. Like, I understand vigilante groups can sometimes be a problem, but when you as the company are doing nothing to actually stop it yourself, what other options are there? The community has to take matters into their own hands and start policing themselves to try and keep the platform safe, since Roblox is dropping the ball on it. For some reason, they don't even get out of bed when they hear about a pedophile on the platform. They hear about a YouTuber doing something to stop that. Shit, they fire up like Dracula. They set up like The Undertaker and they get to business. They go to work. Like, this is not the first time this happened. They have come after people like Schlepp before, the people that are actively trying to make the platform safer, and it just doesn't make any sense. The CEO seems to be too busy trying to pitch Roblox as a dating platform in addition to being for gaming. I already made a video talking about the lunacy of this idea, but it is like chumming the waters for sharks. The sharks in this case being pedophiles. Anyone who knows anything about Roblox and has a functioning frontal lobe should tell you what a recipe for disaster this is to turn a platform that mainly targets children into also a dating site that he wants to be 17 plus, which is a weird number to choose. The CEO, Dave Baszucki, Dave fucking Baszucki, really is fixated on trying to make this a reality of turning Roblox into a dating site in addition to its gaming. But they can't even protect children from pedophiles now. Imagine when they
Roblox is claiming that I'm engaging in simulated child endangerment conversations. Predator touching is that you cannot talk sexually to predators. You're the ones talking sexually to you. There's like straight off the get-go, that's entrapment. That is literally what entrapment is. We almost know anything about this stuff, so they teach us about this stuff. If you watch these videos, you know how the chats are going, and they're not even on Roblox. Most of the chat logs are on Discord, and they're accusing me of getting people off of platform onto different social media sites.
Let's take a peek at this real quick. While Roblox acknowledges that your stated intention is making to protect children, and while it recognizes the serious nature of online predatory behavior, your methods, including failing to immediately report suspicious activity to Roblox through proper channels, are actively interfering with Roblox's exposing Roblox. If that isn't the fattest load of barnacles you've ever tried to swallow, I don't know what is. The big thing with everyone that is actively trying to keep the platform safer, like people like trying to catch predators, they report them. That is the number one thing they do. The problem is, and you can look this up there yourself, there are so many articles that detail how nonchalant Roblox is when it comes to these reports. Roblox doesn't act on it. So as far as these predator-catching groups, the first thing they do is report it through the proper channels on Roblox. But the issue is that report just makes it directly to the shitter at Roblox HQ for them to flush it. I don't know where it goes, but it just goes to collect dust at Roblox. It falls into the goddamn back rooms. So they never actually act on any of the reports. So the proper channels are fucking useless. It's baffling. And in a lot of cases, Sharp's about to give you an example, even when a predator is arrested, like a Roblox predator is arrested, they don't even ban that account that is associated with them a lot of times. It's craziness. To say like he's not doing this the right way because he's not reporting it through Roblox is just incorrect, and also laughable for them to claim that by not doing that, he's how does that make any sense?
There's two of them.
The next barrage of mumbo jumbo from Roblox is equally baffling, saying that he's engaging in simulated child endangerment. Well, I guess kind of, because there are predators on your platform that are talking sexually to him and his group that are pretending to be kids. They're not initiating those inappropriate conversations. The predators are just the house on Roblox. He is not going out of his way to create pedophiles to catch. They are there. So the conversations do happen because the predators are there having them. And you have to imagine that in most cases, they're not having them with a vigilante group trying to catch them. They're having them with real children that are in real danger from these pedophiles that are running rampant on the platform. Now, the next thing they talk about, moving them to a new platform? What the fuck? As Schlep mentions, a lot of the conversations do end up off the Roblox thing called Discord, and apparently that's in the case of Roblox too, that they take the users from Roblox and put them to Discord. It's almost like they were upset that they lost a user there to somewhere else. Like, no, bring them back. You're not allowed. You're trying to coach them. We're gonna lose pedophiles if you keep catching them, and we need that to pump up our numbers. You kidding me?
Desist and IP ban of that I own. That's just crazy. Fathom that. They also say sharing or soliciting personally identifiable information. I have no idea what they're referring to this. I would love to know what they're talking about. Are they referring to the fact that I use the information of the predators that we find to the police? Like the people we're talking to are predators.
Another weird one here from the slimy suits at Roblox Corp. What do you mean personally identifiable information? It almost sounds like they care more about the privacy of the predators than the actual stopping them. It's like, whoa, you just shared some of our users' data without our permission. Are you kidding me? You're fucking doxing a pedophile on our platform? Nope. That is not permissible. We do not support that at all. It'd be entirely necessary if you would just do your job and give that personal information to the authorities so the predators to get arrested, but you're not doing it. So people like Slep have to. Like,
that they told me I'm not reporting people quick enough, and I'm not reporting them to the right outlets. Tell me the right outlets. I have been trying to figure this out for like a year now. This here is no longer incel. This person actually is a credible threat to the Las Vegas sphere in a Roblox game. And I told you like FBI went ahead and arrested someone for making game. I made a moderation ticket about it, and I even actually made a report. Where is the scene?
it's really a myth. Because nobody doing all of like the reporting that they can they think is the proper channels. But Roblox, I guess, isn't very clear. Still not using the right channels. Well, what the fuck are they? Nobody seems to know how to access the proper channels. It's like a fucking Call of Duty Zombies Easter egg. How do you get there? Why don't you explain it then? Why don't you make it more clear? Because as of now, everyone is reporting it to what they believe is the right channels, the ones that are readily available and accessible to people to report to. But those, I guess, aren't the right ones. So where the fuck are they and how can they access them? It's ridiculous. It is absolutely absurd. And then he makes a mention here of how, like, this one guy who did get arrested for credible terrorist threats still has his account active on Roblox. And there are predators that have been arrested and are currently in jail that still have their accounts active on Roblox. Like, they do not act on this shit, but they will act immediately if they catch a whiff of somebody trying to take matters into their own hands to stop it themselves to make the platform safer. They are instantaneously right there at their door ready to slap them with some legal paperwork here. It's just craziness.
This is literally how it goes. You go to roblox.com/support, submit a moderation ticket, and then fill out the prompt with all the information regarding our arrest, and give you guys the same Google Drive that we give to the cops. And in a lot of instances, Roblox won't even ban after we reach out to them regarding felony arrest. What I typically have to do is report cases to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, or go on the news to show gameplay of our decoys with the predators on Roblox. I've literally felt so lost trying to get the attention of Roblox regarding these predators. I've created binders with all the chat logs, and I've sent it to their headquarters in San Mateo, California. This is the first time Roblox has ever directly reached me. Instead of trying to say, hey, we want to work with you, or literally giving me a line to report these people, or simply saying, don't make these videos anymore, we're gonna ban you, Roblox just terminated every account I own and sent me this cease and desist.
I feel like it's pretty clear in this case, Schlep has literally done everything he can to try and let Roblox be the one to get these predators off the platform, putting the ball in their court, hoping that they will do the right thing and act on this information at the investigate it, but they're not, which is why there are groups that are doing it themselves. That's the issue. He is literally...
How did you get in here? Aren't we closed yet?
Even though he even put, like, physical evidence to their actual brick-and-mortar location and still got nothing.
I'm gonna make you an offer you can't. Let's get one thing straight. You're not working with me. You're working for me. You know the drill, asshole.
I mean, what options are left? Just let that continue, let that fester, let Roblox be a platform where children are just completely unsafe? I don't think that's exactly a bright future. This is a platform that does desperately need to be cleaned up. It is a huge problem there, and Roblox isn't doing it. Schlep then tells a very personal experience he had on Roblox when he was a kid, and how he was also a victim of these...
No refunds. Deal's done. Now, beat it, fucker.
All of that and give the evidence about everything that had happened to her son. Roblox didn't act on it, and that individual still wasn't banned until years later. There is a problem, and Roblox isn't solving it, so the community is doing what they can to try and keep it safer. But Roblox is attacking the community that is actively trying to do that for them. I think it's bullshit. I think that is fucking baloney right there, and Roblox needs a real...
What the hell do you want this time?
Shit. Maybe Dave Bazooki, focusing on bringing dating to a children's game, should focus on trying to keep the children on that game.
If you don't like my food, you can always go dumpster diving.
I wanted to talk about this a little bit. I'm wishing Schlepp the best. I'm hoping Roblox will reverse it. Schlepp also works with Gideon in catching some of these predators, and they are doing significantly more to keep the community safe than Roblox appears to be doing. So hats off to them for the good work. And yeah, I wanted to talk about it a little bit. So yeah. With the amount of tomatoes I've thrown at Ubisoft over the last couple of years, it is incredibly easy to hate this company, and they make it clear that they deserve it. They are not shy about telling you how much they hate you. They have become infamous for the you will own nothing and be happy mentality. They have even point blank said that gamers need to be comfortable not owning their games. This is a company that every step of the way chooses all of the wrong procedural they are not even accidentally saying things that anyone can appreciate, even most die-hard Ubisoft Formula fans, if such a creature even exists at this point. They can't even unintentionally say something agreeable. Even as their stock price plummets, fucking death spirals, they somehow is the equivalent to the captain of a sinking ship turning on all the sink faucets to try and fill it up with even more water as much as possible. I cannot understand it. Today, they've gone on quite a spree here, an entire montage of bad takes from Ubisoft. And I have to make fun of them again. I actually have to. Keep in mind, this company is so they released multiple and NFTs are dead and buried, and somehow Ubisoft is still pooping those puppies out. It's crazy how out of touch Ubisoft is. In order to prove that the stupid juice is still flowing deeply at Ubisoft headquarters to this day, let's go ahead and show you their most recent annual financial report where they talk about their microtransactions and how microtransactions are actually a good thing because it allows their players to experience more fun. Very reminiscent of that time EA front controversial decisions by claiming that it was intended to give players a sense of pride and accomplishment. You can catch a slight whiff of that aroma here in the Ubisoft financial report with that statement. And I also can't in their financial report where they try and claim that they're an industry leader in this sector. What a load of fucking barnacles. Get a load of this guy. Maybe at one point in time they were. These days they are just a public spittoon for people to watch hot movies on. They are a sad shell of their former self. But this is all public. You can all read it yourself. Statement, the adoption of monetization and engagement policies that respect the player experience and are sustainable in the long term. At Ubisoft, the golden rule when developing premium games is to allow players to enjoy the game in full without having to pay more. Our monetization offer within premium games makes the player experience more fun by allowing them to personalize their avatars or progress more quickly. However, this is optional. How delusional can you be? It's not even like a good lie. The motivator for these microtransactions that they are ham-fisting into every single player's is driven by wanting to hose the consumer for more than the initial purchase of the game. More coins out of the piggy banks of the players, and some of the whales will pay to us up like they mentioned. And while yes, it is optional, there is a little something to win, and it is but even though they're offering microtransactions in single-player games, which Ubisoft loves to do, that's not exactly something worth celebrating because they are devoting resources into trying to find ways to get more money out of this single-player game when those resources could have been devoted to just making the game better in the first place, something that Ubisoft seems very against. Their games fall into the same formula and have been for so long that people are beyond And instead of trying to find ways to breathe new life into their titles, they instead try and find new ways of monetizing them through these microtransactions and shit. It's so tone deaf. Game that comes out that another thing that also came out here, the real reason Star Wars Outlaws flopped, they are blaming disinterest in the franchise, which, when it was reported that they were stumbling and not performing all that well, that was the hope they used back then as well, like some whispers of it being like, it's not as strong as it once was. Now they're just coming out here with a whole chest saying, no, the reason Outlaws didn't do well is just because no one cares about Star Wars anymore. Which is fucking crazy. They are just refusing to take the L and kind of claim that the reason Outlaws didn't do well is it's just not a good game. And it doesn't even have the decency of being like a laughably horrible game where it could be like entertaining in how shitty it is. It is just so boring. It is like the most safe, by-the-numbers brand style Ubisoft game. It is the same generic open-world Ubisoft experience that we have seen 1,000 times before, and clearly people are tired of. The only difference with this one is it has Star Wars skin on it. And also, some of the worst stealth you'll find. But outside of the worst stealth you'll find, everything else was just serviceable. And it didn't to do anything. It was just complete really it just doesn't Star Wars as demonstrated by Andor. I can't glaze Andor enough. I think that show is a masterpiece, and I think the reception and the absolute booming success of it speaks for that. People want good Star Wars. They're just not getting it often. Very rarely with something like Andor. Star Wars Outlaws falls into the really uninteresting bucket of Star Wars that people just don't want to play with anymore. They don't want to touch, they don't want to involve with. But there is still very much a lot of people want good Star Wars. It has nothing to do with the IP, with why Star Wars Outlaws flopped. But Goober is still trying to write it off as one of the leading factors that the game suffered from a number of items. First, it suffered from the fact it was released at a time when the brand that it belonged to was a bit of choppy water, and then he had technical problems such as things missing parts. They were polished and debugged early enough, but it had an effect. Again, like, there are some technical issues, but that's not the main reason it failed, nor is it the strength of the IP during the release window here. You made basically the exact same copy-paste open world game again. No one wants it. Just accept it and do something different. The final little nugget from Ubisoft today is in regards to them loosely addressing Stop Killing Games, or more so, what they believe Stop Killing Games is. The best response, but it's also being misrepresented by some publications with what he's actually saying. So apparently, Ubisoft CEO Goober was asked to respond to the movement at a recent shareholders meeting and said, "According to the petition, we operate in a market. And whenever we release a game, we provide a lot of support for that game. We also provide a lot of services to make sure that the game is accessible and wow, what saints. How unique. These heroes make sure a game is accessible. That's never been done before. Holy shit. Crazy concept. Whoa. You mean even on weekends you can play your games? It's so stupid. Ubisoft does the absolute bare fucking. Anyway, though, moving on. Goober says that the company provides information regarding the game and how long the game can be played, though he doesn't go into specifics about how notices work. The crew, speaking in particular, the crew, did have a badge on its front box noting online connection required. You should have known better. You weren't actually buying anything. You were paying to rent. We were giving you a permission slip to play our game for worthy. And the notice in the fine print on the back that Ubisoft may cancel access to one or more specific online features upon a 30-day prior notice.
It fucking figures you're my last customer. This day can't get any worse.
All video game publishers are faced with that issue. You provide a service, but nothing is written in stone, and at some point the service may be discontinued. Nothing is eternal. And we are doing our best to make sure that things go well for all players and buyers.
Name's not important. What are you standing there for? Don't you have work to do?
This is not what Stop Killing Games is trying to do, trying to get perpetual support up in the galactic existence of these games. That is, again, not at all what it's looking for. Anyway, though, it goes on to say, the lifespan of a piece of software, whenever there's a service component, eventually services may be discontinued, but eventually the software may become obsolete over time. A lot of tools become obsolete 10, 15 years down the line. They're no longer available, and that is why we release a new version. So we have version 2 and then version 3, but clearly this is a far-reaching issue and we're working on it. Now maybe I'm being too charitable in my
I'm logging out.
but from